A beautiful day to you. This is Ron Janish with andrewscourse.com. Going to give you a bit of an update in this situation here. Couple things. Uh, we use uh, Google Groups. So if you go to googlegroups.com and you find Andrews Babson, that's a free service that I guess Google gives that you can latch onto or get in. How exactly, I don't know. But I know that we send out through Google Groups and then also as a BCC file certain updates and insights and once in a while something about the market that is very timely and very relevant. For example, last week on Thursday morning, when prices were around here, I noted that this is what I call Tom's favorite pattern. Tom is Tom French, and he hung out with Dr. Andrews a lot in his home in Florida. And Tom's an engineer mindset kind of guy. And so he wants stuff that's really real exact, real testable, real quantifiable, and absolutely works. And so Tom came to my seminar in the New York area quite some time ago, and he did a presentation on a particular Andrews technique that he really, really likes. And that's so I call it Tom's favorite pattern. Okay, it's very simple, very straightforward, and anybody who's taken the course would know it. I would, if you don't recall, if you've taken the course and you don't recall it, well, go back, see the videos. There's several examples that I give in videos, and one of the things that Tom always talked about was that what time frame you would be looking for this in. Okay, and he talked about it in terms of a minimum, but uh, I just find it's kind of practical to look for it in 15-minute time frame. And the reason is because like I gave you guys the heads up in the Google groups and the SDTG. Did I do it in SDTG? I know I gave it in Google groups. And the anyway, so this was a pattern here. And what's really fun about this is that the time to notice it is early in the morning. This is early in the morning. Remember, this is where New York market opened. And then prices went down, scared the shit out of a lot of people. And then I said, hey, Tom's pattern. Ooh, here we go. So, and there we went. Okay. And also at the same time, we had a signal in the Russell, wonderful signal. Uh, and I sent out an email about that. And that was a wonderful buying opportunity. And I'm still long from that. So here you have another example of this. And once again, this was early in the morning, and this was before the market in New York opened. Okay, and that's kind of interesting. And then later on the day, it gave you another opportunity to get in at close to that bottom, right? And let's see if we can take this out a little further in time. And there we are, a little further in time up to real time right now. Okay, so you definitely want to make sure that you're a member of that Google Groups thing. If you're getting my emails now, you're either a member of Google Groups or you're on my BCC list. Okay, and that's so that's kind of cool. Okay, then in addition to that, I also publish some stuff once in a while on Discord, which Microsoft is in the process of buying for $10 billion. And the group there is SDTG that I post in under real-time stock trades or something like that. But sometimes they're not real-time stock trades, they're futures trades, and I note it. Okay, so we got that out of the way. Anyway, but do please refresh yourself on Tom's pattern. It's really quite wonderful, quite interesting. Okay, now something a little bit of background on this month's activity. for the most part, this month has been an incredible month in terms of the what I call the ABCD system. If you notice in videos in the past, earlier in the year, I posted, actually, we started with this stuff last year. We took a system, a really nice system, which does about, close to 1,000 trades a year, some outrageously high number. And we took that intraday system and looked at it in on daily charts, and we were able to put it into 4 categories. And uh, and so we looked at the percentage wins in each of those categories and found some of them to be dismal, some to be so, D for dismal, C for creepy or whatever, uh, B for better than most, and A for absolutely amazing. And what we wound up doing initially was we started trading the A's and B's, because if you even though the all 4 categories made money when they were done all together, uh, the C's and D's barely broke even. And so it was the A's and B's that were the best ones. And eventually we even knocked that down to we're only keeping the A's. And so we're only doing the A trades. And as a result, last month we had about, I don't know, maybe half a dozen or so, maybe a little more than that trades. Uh, and this month rather, which is March. And so we had somewhere close to 10, I guess, trades or so during the month, and the results were absolutely amazing. We were astounded by it. And what was interesting was last week there was zero. All of a sudden, it's like the system died. Nothing was happening. So on Thursday, we did have that because I use more than one system, right? We did have that trade in right around here in the ES. This is the S&P 500. And was it here? No. Yeah. No. That was Friday. No, we had it over here, back here. That's where it was. We had it here, and we let you guys know who are in the Google groups, right? So, and it also wound up getting us along the Russell because we had a nice signal in the daily bars, min 2 bars in the Russell, and those are important. Okay. Now, here is what we're doing now. This is an update. What we're doing now is what I call early bird trades. And early bird trades, I did one this morning. I got really, really bored last week because nothing was going on except for that nice little turn on Thursday. But I was looking and testing out different stuff. And what we're doing is we're looking at very short time frames. Let's see what I can do here. Bring it down to 5 minute. Let's see, where's 5 minute? Let's see, 5 minute. I did one this morning, for example, and so these are 5 minute bars. Okay, so the market opens over here, goes up, goes down, all this wiggly shit, and over here somewhere we get what we call a green light for a long. Okay, now we get a green light for a long, and price continues to bump, go down. These are 5 minute bars, and so for 45 minutes after we get this green light this morning to go long, and I did wind up going long. I actually put some contracts on, even though this is still in real-time test mode. Wound up going long in here, and the early bird system typically gets you out somewhere in, well, I got out somewhere over here, and even though since then it's gone up a whole lot more. But what happens with the early bird approach is the idea is to have a profitable signal in the morning, profitable trade in the morning that you're done pretty much by 1 o'clock New York time. Okay, so nice early bird trade, and we've limited it to two very, very liquid contracts, namely ES and YM, which is the Dow and the E-mini. And so what we're doing now is testing out a that particular the early bird technique, and we're testing out. We're going to see how that works in conjunction with Tom's approach, because sometimes you get an early bird signal and sometimes you don't. And if you don't get an early bird signal, like kind of like let's go back on this day here, there was no early bird signal. And let's see, where was it? Let's see. Now here was the low with Tom's signal, and sure enough, we had a we had a nice little buy in here, and so we had a buy with Tom's signal, and over here we had a short with the early bird signal, and the early bird once again would have gotten you out. You would have been out right around here, around before 1 o'clock in New York, right? So even if you go short up here, you're out there, and maybe it comes back and maybe it goes further, but who cares? You've made your nice little nest egg in the morning. So that's what we're working on. That's our latest and greatest. And if you'd like to participate in this particular technique and learning about it, you'll need to take the pro course, and that is available to anybody who's taken the expanded course. So the level we start out is the advanced, what we call the advanced course, and that's somewhere around 38.75 or something like that. And then the next level we go up to is the expanded course, which is considerably more, and that consists of like almost 800 pages of original Andrews works and all kinds of research that we've done in the form of videos for you. And then the next level past that is the pro course, where we're really looking to take Andrew's techniques and do some very specific things with them so that they're not only extremely profitable in terms of percentage of trades, but easy to use, real simple, real easy, which Andrews really had a trademark for. Because remember that Andrews, in his trading style, would typically enter a position and then stay in that position for weeks or months. And so our pro course is very different in that we look for something that will probably like the early bird system, you get out the same day. And one of the advantages of the early bird system, like I'm testing it out now. I did a test trade this morning, and when I'm doing a real-time test trade and I'm using real money, I can use E-minis. And so with E-minis, when I'm doing a test trade, heck, I can risk under 20, 30 bucks, which is mice nuts. And mind you, I only make maybe 100, but my risk is extremely low. So when you're testing stuff out, let's keep the risk low. And anyway, that's the long and short of it. This is Ron Janish signing off at andrewscourse.com. If you want to get in touch with me, ronjanish@gmail.com. Thanks. Bye.